welcome to Around the Track, and today we're so thrilled to be here with Rick Hendrick. I call him Boss because I think I worked for you for like the last 26 years. Rick, you know, I sit here and look around, and we're in one of the many Hendrick Motorsports buildings. Let's go back to maybe 1984. It didn't look quite like this. I mean, does it blow you away of how far this has all come?
You know, sometimes when I drive in, I think about it. I ride by the little tin building on the hill and think about, you know, just 5,000 square feet and 5 people to start this, and then you see what's happened today. It's unreal.
It is unreal. I want to go back all the way to the beginning, because before you were a car dealer, before you were a race car owner, team owner, you were just a car guy. So tell us how that passion started from the beginning.
Well, I grew up in the muscle car era, and I just dreamed about cars, and then when I got my driver's license, I raced on the highway and raced on the drag strip, and I had a 31 Chevrolet my dad and I built, and I drag raced it, and he ran modified cars, so I'd go to the race with them and get spare parts and put it on my car, and then so I've raced something all of my life. It was drag cars, then drag boats, and you know, the boat racing actually got me into the NASCAR racing.
So yeah, let's talk about that. I mean, you know, now of course everybody knows Hendrick Motorsports is one of the most successful teams in all of NASCAR. It didn't start like that at the beginning, but how did that all get started, and how did it you know, become so successful like it is today?
Well, you know, I guess we were storing the boats over at Harry's shop, and Max Mulliman called me. He was looking for sponsors for the boats, and he said, how would you like to be partners with C.K. Spurlock, Kenny Rogers, and have Richard Petty drive the car?
Sounds like
is this a trick question? You know, what part of this wouldn't I want to do? And so as we put the deal together in '83, Petty backed out, and STP backed out, so I was left with no driver, no sponsor, scared to death.
No Richard Petty.
No Richard Petty. I mean, All-Star Racing on the car, and people said, what does that mean? I said, I don't know. You know, it's, but you know, Jeff Bodine, we hired Jeff, and he won the 7th race that kept us in business, and so it was, I think back to how fortunate I was that certain things happened along the way. A little turn here, a little turn there, I wouldn't be here. So.
All right, so over all these years since 1984, of course you've worked with some of the most amazing NASCAR drivers. One in particular. I'm just kidding. But I am curious of all those drivers and the talent that you have worked with, who surprised you the most?
I guess Jimmie. I mean, you know, he winning all those championships, 5 back-to-back, was kind of unreal, because you and Ricky
that
talked.
Surprised me too.
Yeah, I know. So, you know, I remember we were scared to death. We didn't have a sponsor, and we put him together, and then he comes out and wins races, and then the championships. So that was probably the biggest surprise.
I've known you for many years, but it's amazing. I always learn something new about you when I get together with you. I sense a trend. These risks, you took these big risks at times where you didn't know what was going to happen on the other end, and those big risks have paid off a lot for you. Is that something that's happened in business and life and in racing also?
I think so. When I was younger, I took a lot more risk. As you get older, sometimes you don't want to kind of take that many. But no, I look at my career in the automobile business, it's a lot the same way. You know, started with one deal, and it's grown, and just not afraid to take a chance, not afraid to take a new franchise. And I think back to the early days in NASCAR, you know, nobody thought you could win with 2 cars. And so I think we kind of started that program. And my philosophy was, you put more smart people together, the better off you'll be. So in the dealership business, if I've got 5 deals with employees in all deals working together, we're smarter, we're better. And I think that happened in racing too.
Boss, thank you for joining us. was a lot of fun. Enjoyed it. Well, we've got more episodes coming, so make sure that you're following Axalta Racing on social media to see when the next installment is coming.